Whoa, hello, Weather Joy here with your bottom of the South Island weather recap and forecast for, just adjusting the lights, Sunday, January 29th of 2023. Coming at you on a chilly cold day. We'll get into that. A wintry day. Winter has returned to the south coast. But before we get started on that, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank and acknowledge the First Peoples of this land. From North Saanich out to Sooke and beyond, the First Nations, for allowing us to live, work, and play on their beautiful traditional territories. Thank you very much. So getting into the recap is, we talked about high pressure down here being the main player last week. In last week's forecast, I think it was the 22nd. That was the main player, dominated the weather situation this past week, and continues to be a big player. And we'll get into that in a second of how it's created this little winterly flow. But let's recap back on the 22nd. So this ridge built up nicely on the 22nd. Really taking care, keeping the California or U.S. West Coast here quite nice and dry, and keeping us dry. So that was built on Sunday the 22nd. Now we are still having a little bit of flow over top of it, and that came through, like we had talked about, a major front coming up on that Sunday and Monday, hitting the north coast pretty hard, Haida Gwaii. Well, the tail end of that front came through early on Monday morning, the 23rd. You'll see records of that. And that brought a fair amount of rain, a drizzly, wet sort of day. Now, after that, we still saw a little bit of flow coming around the top of that for the 24th. Brought some clouds, some drizzle. However, by the 25th, we saw this ridge sort of rebuild, start to build up over the south coast. And that's what we thought might bring our first temperature temperature inversion fog event of the season. It started to on the 25th. However, it didn't quite come up over here the way we thought. And in fact, this high pressure ridge, instead of going up over the coast and into the BC interior, which would have brought the likely fog inversion event, it kind of started to shift up on the 25th and into the 26th. Up into the Gulf of Alaska. Now what that did, initially brought a bit more cloud around on the 26th and into the 27th as the flow started north-northwest, still some moisture in it, then more to the north on the 27th, Friday the 27th, and still, as it came around, still some residual moisture for the 27th. Now early in the morning there's a little bit of morning fog. However, with this northerly flow, we saw a pocket of dry, colder Arctic air come down with this, really dry. And you'll see by the records, things really cleared out on the 27th, which was yesterday. No, the 28th. I'm getting my days mixed up here. 28th was yesterday. Yes. So Saturday the 28th, things really started to clear up in this northerly flow. So yeah, Thursday was the 26th, Friday was the 27th. Now we're into the 28th. Really started to dry out. The northeast outflow started to go, and things cleared out overnight. Beautiful night. Temperatures dropped, not as much as we thought they would, but really dry with northeasterly outflows. Woke up in the morning this morning, no frost because it was so dry. That's why there's no frost. And really no residual moisture or anything to bring around the black ice. Probably would have dried it out anyway. And that's where we are today. We're in this pocket of cooler, very dry Arctic air. And even this flow, over the next couple of days, this northerly flow is going to send cool air all the way down the California coast, deep into Southern California for Monday and Tuesday. That's the 20. And so that's a warning going out to all the folks down there, all my friends and peeps down there. Animals, plants, I call them my peeps. Spirits and beings. So we got this high pressure. What's going to happen with this high pressure over the next couple of days? Well, we're going to see this high pressure start to slowly melt away, sink away to the south, and that's going to allow a little bit more. Where did that? Oh, there it is. Slowly collapse. Let's use the word collapse. Slowly collapse southwards. That's going to allow a little bit more flow coming in from the from the northwest, then west northwest as this flattens out. Monday should still be a fairly clear day. Still dry into Tuesday. Probably a little bit more drizzly as some of this flow comes around the top here. And as that collapses, we'll see temperatures slowly start to climb with this little bit more marine, milder, I'm not going to say mild, but milder air than the Arctic air as the moisture content lifts. And we're going to see temperatures slowly rise up through the week because this high pressure looks like it'll slowly back away, back over here, and eventually, as it comes down, we're going to see low pressure move into the Gulf of Alaska and bring about eventually a southerly flow by the end of this week. Now, this southerly flow is going to, looks like for Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, lots of rain up to the Panhandle, Haida Gwaii, Central Coast. That's going to slowly make its way down by Thursday evening, Friday. I'm thinking we should be into rain on the south coast, so more moisture for us there. Again, temperatures rising up, getting milder. And it looks like that flow is going to stick with us. That's going to bring rain also to California, Oregon. So we'll return to rain there. It looks like that flow is going to be with us into next weekend. So we're expecting rain, like I said. We're into February, so 1st, 2nd into 3rd maybe. And then on into the weekend, 4th, we may see a dry patch go through, and then more into the 5th. And then past that, we're not really sure. It looks like it may start to kind of flatten out into more of a westerly flow, we're hoping, and a bit more seasonal instead of this back and forth we've been talking about for so long. Anyway, hope that helps out my little bit. My love for you. And as always, my friends, may the forecast be with you.